Quietly and unknown to most of the American public, the U.S. military is preparing for a new era of national security threats. This operation isn't aimed at taking the fight to the enemy. It's aimed at saving lives of the critically ill.
So you have a ventilator, you have a monitor, you have an IV pump, so really a mini ICU.
Exactly.
Dubbed Ultimate Caduceus, the exercise simulates the rapid transport of severely injured troops from battlefields around the world to advanced care centers back in the U.S. It's a mission I've seen up close and personal as a reservist ICU physician leading a CCAT team of my own here on the West Coast. Aboard military aircraft, soldiers turned patients are transferred and stabilized in these flying ICUs, saving lives and fulfilling promises.
The American people have entrusted, their sons and daughters to defend our nation, and when they become wounded, ill, or injured, to be able to bring them home safely is really the purpose.
Medical readiness is just one more way that the U.S. military shows the world the physical and strategic health of its force.
How does this increase the survivability of injured soldiers downrange?
Oh, it's huge. It's huge because we essentially take the level of care that they can expect in a U.S. ICU. We bring that forward to the front line.
With tensions rising in the Asia-Pacific theater, the war in Ukraine, and the threat of pandemic, this is a necessity, not a luxury. Corey Shockey has held high positions at both the Pentagon and the State Department.
What do you think are the biggest threats to our national security over the next 10 years?
Well, the risk of a war on the scale that Russia has imposed on Ukraine, a war of that scale with China is, I think, the biggest threat. And I believe that the Biden administration has that right.
So, is the United States ready for the threats it faces over the next 10 years? And are these latest exercises part of that preparation?
We are not facing an active conflict right now. Is this in preparation for an active conflict? Well, this is in preparation for any global crisis. Again, it's a global crisis at scale, whether we're talking humanitarian assistance, disaster response, all the way to the potential of conflict.